Hello, hello, welcome back to Ravenport. I'm Hitman82, joining Rick. Hello, Rick.
Howdy, howdy.
And Rick, you're on Blue Farm today, and I think by now everybody knows what we're up to. Oh, we're up to shenanigans again. So, we decided to do some logging. Squirrely and I decided it late last night, so we purchased, let me see, this lot down here under 26. Down along the edge there, we purchased that for 197,000. We took all the bigger trees off and sold it back again. And I realized before we said, well, we're not going to buy fields, harvest them, and sell it again because that was kind of cheaty. So we decided not to do that. But on logging, it's a little different. And the reason why is because hey, that happened to my neighbors. Logging company bought the land, logged it off, and then sold it as here's the land sold again. It was probably cost more than they paid for the logging. So anyway, it happens in real life. It's happening here. So there, we're gonna purchase the monastery today. Whoops, and that is 370,000. Bam. It's now Blue Farm temporarily. So Rick, here we go. Here we go. No train wrecks. No train wrecks. Space Dad, stop messaging me on Discord. I got him hooked on Factorio, now he's messaging me about it. Go away! I'm recording. He won't watch this. He won't watch these things. Alright, so, Rick, would you like to cut or load? Alright, little A, little of both. Alright, what's our length? We do not want that length. We want 5 meters. How's that sound? We tried 4 meters. The truck would get top heavy without a whole lot of wood on it, so we went to 5 meters, and things just seem to work better. So I don't know which is more efficient money-wise. I'm sure somebody will tell me. I hope. So we're going with 5 meter for today. What am I doing here? Derping and talking. Say it ain't so, Rick. Say it ain't so. All right, here we go. There's the first tree. Oh. So we actually have to. Oh, come on! We got to move it over to the wall so we can load it. And you know what? I think I might actually be able to. Are you able to maybe move that truck and I'll just drive this and see if I can actually get the pieces to go over the wall. The truck is not very off-road worthy. It's the MAN truck with the crane on it. I'll just zoom out a bit so you can see it. Yeah, I guess you better move that up and over before you go to fold it, or else you'll end up with the truck in space. Oh, is it gonna? Yep, there you go. Okay, so we'll get this big old tree. I'm sure I'll drop the thing on me a couple times, but we'll get it over here. Oh, actually, I might be able to watch your head. Oh my gosh, what's the button again? What I don't want to do is use the wrong button. Why? Oh yeah, okay. I just had a little bit of a brain forgot what to do. Why is that? Okay. But that didn't happen. Are you seeing logs in the air?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's just
They're
so
landing
annoying. They should be landing on the ground then. Yep. Excellent. So, multiplayer logging, yep, still derpy. I know you're all shocked by that, but I'm not. Let's see. So we're not going like these little tiny trees. Gonna leave them in. They look nice. We're gonna leave them. Hardwoods, we're leaving those as well. Why aren't you? There we go. So we're basically looking for the bigger softwood trees, like I think they call it pine, but it's more like a cedar to me. Maybe they call that one cedar. The ones with the bark peeling off. Rick was saying they look like they've been hit by lightning. So unfortunately, yeah, the game still is pretty derpy on the logging, especially in multiplayer. Who's surprised by that? Oh gosh, what is going on now? Oh, okay, it's turned on, isn't it? Alright, here we go. Now I can cut. There we go. Nope. And it's... Oh, sorry about your tile roof. Sorry, tractor, in advance. Oh boy. Oh boy. They won't invite me back to this monastery, I'll tell you. They'll be like, I don't care if you own the land or not, you're not allowed here. Well, you know what? I better get out and move that tractor. How you doing on the loading?
Once I figure out the stupid controls,
Yeah, it's a bit...
and if it'll quit lagging.
Yeah, it's logging. It's funny, lagging and logging are only a letter different. Coincidence? I'll, after I finish this one, I'll come over and see if you need a hand there. See if I have anything I can do to help. Yeah, it's a little tougher because we're doing this over the wall. Squirrely and I, when we did this yesterday, it was dark because it was about 2 in the morning. So we're doing this in the dark up on the mountainside, so that was a little exciting. Alright, so it was not this laggy though. I wonder why. What's going on that it would suddenly lag. Anyway, there you go. Gonna have to grind my stumps. There's 2 trees. So the money on this is not stellar, I gotta say. Now there is a neat trick to this. You can... I thought at first that this was kind of cheaty, and I thought, you know what? In real life, I use a PV. A PV is like a big heavy duty stick with a bit of metal on the end, a hook and a spike. I realize you probably know, Rick, but maybe there's others that don't. Just gonna try and clean things up here a bit for you. Whoops, that didn't help. Whoops, did I not pick that one up? Maybe I can't. Follow me that way. Huh. Yeah, it does seem quite a bit more laggy. I wonder why that is. I think maybe the game doesn't like Rick. Would you be shocked, Rick? Darn game.
It can get over itself.
Mm-hmm. Get my PB here. Come on, you. Come on. Go on, log. Oh, fine. Be that way. Oh, log jerk. Yeah. Anyway, that's about as good as I can do for you, Rick. Tried. Alright, so you're loading those up. I'm going to head over and grind those stumps. And is it still quite laggy for moving them around? I know it was last night, but I've loaded a few logs, kind of get used to it after a while. The tricky bit is when you got the truck full and you're heading out anywhere, the thing is really top heavy, so it'll drive 83 kilometers an hour, but if you do that and turn even a little bit, you're gonna have a nightmare. Well, not really, actually. You just unfold the thing and away you go. Get this ground up. Whoops. Oh, that's the right button. Come on now. Get in there. Come on. Get that stump. Uh-oh. Can't grind that stump. It's a magic stump. Let me see. How do I... Can't remember how my control works. There we go. Not gonna help. Well, I can't reach. Need a bigger tractor. And just come at it a different way. Yeah, this'll do it. This'll do it. Oh. Eureka! Well, it's the biggest challenge so far. Grinding up the stump. The biggest challenge will be remember where I cut the trees. Stump hunt. Alright, I think that's it for the stumps. Let's get this thing out of the way and see how you doing over there unloading. I'm coming over to look. I'm coming over to look. Look busy. Everybody's watching. Oh, you're gonna have to move. That was the one problem. I was trying not to get them too close to you, but now they're not close enough to you. So one thing you can do is you can actually move that even without stowing it again, depending on how much traction you've got based on the ground here. If you get enough traction, you might be able to. It even sometimes will catch and crap sideways, so you can actually edge your way over. Oh, one other thing you can do, this is a neat trick I do with my backhoe. I don't know how well it would work with this truck, but you can use the boom and you push on the ground, and you can actually, like on my backhoe, I can kind of lift and skid the back of the backhoe over a little bit if I need to move over a foot.
That sounds disastrous for farm sim.
It could be disastrous in real life too. I'm pretty careful. I learned it from someone who's been using a backhoe for his whole life, including, well, his first machine was my computer, my backhoe. Wonder, is that gonna let me grab that one? Nope. Apparently I'm the big boss. Shocker. Aha! There we go. Got another one closer to you. With my old trusty PV. Hey, that works. Right? It works. So I'd do it in real life. I'd take this log and get a PV and roll it. I mean, within reason. I wouldn't take it up a big hill. I'd use my backhoe for that, but we use PV plenty of times, especially when we're milling the logs. You know, after all this, Rick, you get to run the Ponzi on the next ones here, right? And then you get to, then I have to sort it out. So don't worry, you get your chance at revenge. Farm sim, it brings out the worst in people. Nope, just me.
No, just log off and leave it for a while.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to. This darn game, I'll tell you. Farm some derpix.
That's any game. Every game's got a certain amount of derpix to it.
At least this doesn't have zombie dogs. Shh, don't tell them. Not the Halloween edition. Be zombie cows, probably. Yeah, why not? Hey, this is working. I have to basically, because of the weight of the log, this is just how you use a PV, so I'm actually kind of happy it working this way. Yeah. Log is too big, you kind of roll one end and then you roll the other end and just keep working it. You'll get to go where you want eventually. Assuming you don't snap first, which can happen. It could happen any moment, and you keep watching. All right, I think I got those almost close enough. I can get them close together. These two logs should be able to pick up both at the same time. I'd throw my PV in there, but probably everything would explode. So one neat trick that I do is I lock the load when I'm actually moving the logs right up until I'm about to put them in the carriage. And the reason why is if the truck derps out for whatever reason, with the logs locked down, you don't end up launching them to the moon and back. I don't know if they would come back, but I remember the log tornado. So what was it? Is that 13 or 15? Must have been 15. I don't. We had force mod in 13, didn't we?
Yeah, I think it's what it was.
Here we go. Got them all loaded up. Hopefully you can get them in one scoop. I'll walk away so that I'm not pressuring you. Everybody watching.
You're not bothering me.
Well darn. Need to work on it somewhere. Alright, so our next trees will be, there's a couple right over here. So grab those, set it to... Now you'll have to check when you get in that Ponzi, make sure that it's set to 5 meter. It may reset from player to player, I don't know. But that'll be the first thing to check, is make sure it's on 5 meter. And then just bring it over and squirt the logs over the edge here. We're watching. Ooh, he's got him, he's got him. Alright. No whammies, no whammies. You can do it. Behave yourself, log. I see you. Don't be a jerk. Oh, he's gonna make it. Probably isn't helping. I'm going around here moving the hitbox around and jiggling the cables, you know. It's a pretty good truck. I used it quite a bit yesterday and I liked it. Well, looks like you're losing them. Darn hooks. Lift. I can't help you on controls because I use my gamepad, so I have no idea how to control it with the keyboard and mouse.
Well, if it stopped jiggling around.
Mm-hmm. It's a bit jiggly wiggly. Boom, they're down. Block that load. Aha. Alright, if you want to grab the Ponzi and bring behind it there's a couple more big, they look like cedars, I guess. I don't actually know what they are. They look like cedar to me, but it's hard to tell. Anyway, I'm assuming you see the two right there behind you, so again, make sure you got your 5 meter set. I'm curious if it is set on 5 or if it's set on 1 meter for you.
Let's see.
Whoops, didn't make it to the fence. Oh, well, you get set up there.
Holy cow, where do you see it?
In the F1 menu, it should say, and then you press Y to switch between them.
Yeah, it's 1 meter.
Okay, so yeah, you want to change it to 5. So even though I had set it on 5, when you got into it, it switched back to 1. So I kind of suspected that. That's why I was kind of mentioning it, because you know what farm sims like. All right, so you bring that tree on over here. What's that?
Don't remind me.
Yeah. Make sure you yell timber. this is what I meant with the truck. So when I do the backhoe, I can kind of, and then, well, you kind of do it off to the side like this. You put the bucket down on the ground, and if I'm trying to go to, right now it would be to my left, what I would do is push down on it like this, and then, oops, and then when I moved over this way, it would actually pivot it and swing the back. So say I want to bring it over this way, you put it down, and see, went over a little bit, just like that. That's what I do with the backhoe. The controlled derping on you. You have to tell it to harvest first, and then tell it to cut. And make sure once you get it in there that you only tell it to cut. Because if you tell it to harvest again, it'll just drop the log where it's at. So make sure you cut. So there's two of those of the larger logging trucks like that, or logging not trucks but machines. I really hemmed and hawed about which one to get. I ended up with that one because I preferred the way the boom worked, and also the lighting on the other one. While it is brighter, it's blue, and that blue light at night was, I think, was going to be annoying. So this one here is a more mellow yellow light. All right, that should get you close enough. That'll do it. Give her. Oh, jeez, almost got me. See on my screen that didn't drop. Oh, why didn't it?
On my screen, it's right at the bumper there.
Oh, okay. It'll sort itself once the tree's done. Oh, there, it just dropped. Yep, that's gonna be easy peasy. So the trick will be to remember where you left your stumps. Well, they won't move, but you know. Yeah, that last one will just pop out wherever it pops out. So you have to cut one more time. There's still a little stick in it. There you go. Otherwise, I think there might be one of those little sticks sitting over there because I don't know if it'd come out. Okay, now it's my turn, is it? Get my light on so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, guess I best check my timer, make sure we're doing okay in time. We got a few more minutes. So this week off screen, we're planning to like we just purchased the monastery, so we'll sell it when we're done, and then we'll just keep going up the east side of the map, grabbing these trees, and we're leaving all the hardwoods, all the deciduous trees, and just taking these larger softwoods. Ooh, settle down, leg. Settle down, leg. Don't you drop. Oh, you son of a gun. I don't care. I was expecting it anyway. Turn that light off. There we go. Okay. Turn on. I had a little more time when I was working with Squirrely last night. I was loading and he was oops, and he was cutting. What the heck? This is really derpy. It wasn't like this last night. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so I had a little more time because he was going up the mountain and dragging them down to me. Because this truck is not a mountain climber, which is why we're doing this over the wall. Just dump the logs on me, Rick. That's okay. Yeah, so you'll want to grind your stumps up before you get the next one going. Oh, make sure you shut it off because the we did lease these, so the running the
Oh, the running time.
yeah, yeah. So whenever the machine's running, it's costing us, which is why I'm running this thing without any engine on. Which I don't know.
This your tractor?
That is a Blue Farm tractor. Up and over. My gosh, how many logs did I load last night? It was a lot. We made, I don't know. Oh, here I can look at the cash. So we made, I don't know what, 65,000 plus 87,000, 150,000 approximately, minus a bunch for the equipment. We leased all the forestry equipment because we weren't sure how much we would do or if it would work or anything like that. So just kind of waited on that. Not to mention saving up to get that field 8. So we're almost there. We've got a harvest to do on field 5, so that'll get some more cash, and then between that and the logging, we should get it.
You want me to just saw up this little twig?
Sure. Yep.
Grind it up, I mean.
Yeah, no point in loading it. I wonder, since I'm not reaching over the top of the wall, I probably should have turned 90 degrees. So this probably would have been more efficient. Oh well. Oh well.
Oh well, won't let. Okay.
What happened? Oh, it won't let you?
Oh, the little twig, yeah.
Yeah, you have to hit, basically have to have the grinder in the same axis as like you need the wheel of the grinder in the same axis as the twig, and hit the larger end of the twig, the wood. Oh, it's just so derpy. But that's farm sim logging for you, right?
Yep.
There's a shocker. That's all right.
Hitboxes.
Yep. Single player works pretty well. Multiplayer, I kind of remember back when Taft did the live stream and we were kicking hauling the logs and they were rubber banding all across the map. That pretty much summed it up for me for our farm sim logging, and it's improved, but I don't know. Should just let Force Mod do it, I guess. Okay, why don't you? There we go. Getting a pretty good load of logs here. It's probably maybe $10,000 worth. No, probably about $8,000 worth of logs on the truck right now. So we get these 3 trees, and it'll be around 10,000, I imagine. Seems to be about 3,000 a tree on those bigger trees on the 5-meter length. Now, I was reading about the logging in Farm Sim, and I was looking at prices, and of course the prices were on I think normal difficulty, so the prices were a little higher than what we're seeing on easy. But it looked like the 4-meter was by meter the most bang for your buck, so to speak. It was the most efficient. But the 4-meter logs, the 5-meter, they weren't quite worth the same, I think, which to me didn't really make much sense, but there you go. And the 5-meter are just easier to work with than the 4. Being a little bit longer logs, they stay inside the strakes on the truck pretty well, the stakes, and so that's kind of nice. Oh, wrong button. See, and I don't have those logs locked down. I was lucky there. Sent all those logs into space. And then we go to pick them up, and it would say, "Ah, you don't own this property," so we'd have to buy like every property on the darn map just to get our wood back. I'm not speaking from experience, but would anybody really be surprised? No, I didn't think so.
Probably not.
No. No one here who's seen Farm Sim before would be surprised. especially seeing us play it. But alas, wow, that time went by really fast. Unless you're, getting a root canal while you're watching this, then it probably didn't go by so fast at all. Though everybody watching probably knows how you feel after watching me load logs. That's about as much fun as a root canal, maybe. But hey, if you enjoyed what you saw, make sure you hit that like button. And I think we're just about done here, Rick, if you want to start us off.
See you later, folks.
And we'll see you next time. We'll have some more folks probably. Oh, you know what? I forgot about mods. We actually have mods. We even have a new tractor, and I just totally forgot about it. Now everybody's excited, but yeah, I guess you're gonna have to wait for next episode to find out what the tractor was. I'll give you a hint. It's a blue Russian tractor that looks exactly like something like that. Okay, that's exactly what it is. Oh well. Anyway, this we got this off the Mod Hub. Bought it. It's 240 horsepower, so it'll haul those little plows easily. No front. What do you call it? No front 3-point or anything, or hitch or anything. So it's just the 3-point in the back plus a tow bar if you put it on the tow bar. Like so. That's what I like to use. It has that little pintle thing, and that's pretty good for hauling that big Great Plains cedar. It's kind of low horsepower for that, but it's going to be a good little tractor, not too expensive. So we got that, and what was the other thing? Oh yes, yay! I'm on the train. We got switched to train mod as well, so I can tab over to it, and that gives us access to use this storage over here as well as our storage that we've been using up to now easily. I used it to sell stuff at the port the other day, so that was kind of nice. All right, so that was world's almost longest outro. I think DOS might have that beat, but anyway, we will see you next time. Bye for now. Say goodbye again, Rick.
See you later, folks. Bye-bye.